guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we are going to take a look at this upcoming week. This week is so powerful. Gosh, I didn't even realize this. The Eight of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. The week is so powerful. It's so intense, guys, that I feel like we need to do a weekly reading. There's no way. You guys see this? This didn't even belong in this deck. I was shuffling over to the side. I don't even have this deck anywhere on the table, guys. Our team is coming through so amazing already, guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's just tap into the energy. Wow. Clearly, there's something massive happening this week. Major shifts. Okay. This is almost like an anticipation is how this feels. It's very, very, very interesting how it's showing up. It's because I've never, and I always say it's interesting when certain cards come out, guys, because I see them in a different light. And I find that to be so interesting how tarot is almost like, if you think about it from this perspective, for me, it's like the book of Revelation, or it's like reading the Bible. You know, the book of Revelation has so many mysteries that it's hard to comprehend the, specifics or to hone in on exactly what some of the messages are. I feel like you have to have some type of like hidden wisdom, insight, knowledge that is like gifted to you really from spirit in order for you to really understand and grasp it. But if you think about the Bible as a whole, revelation of the Bible is that it's a mystery. You could read one scripture in 1 year of your life or one season of your life, and then you could read it 5 years later and it's something completely different. And tarot is exactly the same way for me. And I try to stay open to seeing what spirit has to say, what our ancestors have to say, and not limit what comes through. So that's why you always hear me say it's so interesting, because I'm just like, wow, I'm blown away by the way that they show up and show things to me. And I just think it's fascinating, and I feel very humbled. And I don't know why I'm sharing this with you guys. I feel humbled and grateful that I would be allowed to be able to use these gifts in this way. So I'm seeing this Eight of Wands as anticipation. It's something that's aligned with you. You'll notice how her legs here, they look like they're sticks. So this, whatever this is that's coming your way this week, is aligned with you. It's also something that's going to be very protective. I'm seeing a lot of passion. I'm feeling a ton of sacral energy right now, guys. And it's also going to be something that assists and supports you in stability. It's something that you're going to be able to rely on, something that is full of dependency, okay? So this doesn't have to be a person, because I already feel like some people are like, oh my God, it's him or it's her. It could be. And I wouldn't honestly deny the fact that that probably is a part of it. However, this does feel like there's something about an individual, something about you that is leaning into a more stable, aligned version of yourself. There's something about the pathway forward that's being cleared. It's being cleansed and purified in order for you to walk through it this week. There are, as I stated, I'm going to keep this here. There are a ton of astrological events happening this week, guys. So I'm recording this on the 16th, which is the Monday. And then tomorrow we have the new moon in Aquarius. It's also an annular eclipse. And tomorrow, I believe, is the start of the Chinese zodiac fire horse season. So, and then we have some other like shifts this week too. Let me just get this out in case anyone's interested. Okay, let me just pull this out and look here really quickly. Okay, so February, so the 16th. So today, Mercury trines Jupiter. Which a trine, I believe, is like a good thing. It's like a union, or it's supportive or assistive, something like that. I think I could read these things 1,000 times and I still forget. Okay, harmonious, it's supportive. Okay, so communication and expansion. So the way that you communicate may feel a lot easier or smoother for you today, or even through the next few days or so. Because I always feel like there's like a grace period in these transits. And then on the 18th, we switch over to Pisces season. So that'll be Wednesday. Woohoo! Happy birthday to all my fellow Pisceans. Then on the 20th of this week, because this reading will go from the 16th through the 22nd. On the 20th, Saturn conjuncts Neptune. Okay, so a conjunction is like a combining together, a joining together, working together. So Saturn is going to work with Neptune. This is going to be interesting because I don't think that those two planets necessarily align. Saturn is about discipline, structure, organization, rule, order. Pisces is Neptune energy. This is about doing whatever you want, being free, not being bound by rules and regulations. So that's going to be interesting on the 20th. I would anticipate, with just my little limited knowledge of astrology, I would anticipate that there may be some confusion as to like being able to stay organized. You may be challenged with trying to keep yourself on track. You may feel a little off that day too. That's the 20th. And then on the 22nd, Mars is going to sextile Chiron. Okay, so a sextile is an opportunity. Mars and Chiron. I would not think that, because this could be harmonious depending on the planets involved, okay? I don't think that Mars and, Mars and Chiron. I was reading that Mars Uranus, but Mars sextiling Chiron, I don't think that that's harmony, because Mars is the planet of war. This is Aries energy, right? And remember, Saturn is now in Aries too, so we have to take that into consideration as well. But Mars sextiling Chiron, there's like clashing in healing. It's almost like there's a war, but peace is trying to be created. The only thing that I think could be beneficial there is the fact that the sun will now be in Pisces, and Piscean is kind of like the harmony of like spiritual practices and healing. So that could bring some type of balance to it, but I don't know. The 22nd may be a little bit messy, guys. Mars sextiling Chiron, that just doesn't even seem like that goes together. Chiron is the wounded healer. This is about peace. Mars, war. So that seems opposites. And then the 22nd, we also have Venus trining Jupiter. Okay, so Venus trining Jupiter, that's harmonious, guys, for sure. So a trine is something that's harmonious, and it's also depending upon the planets that are involved. Venus and Jupiter, absolutely, I would believe that they could go hand in hand. Venus is the planet of love. This is Libra energy, and then we have Jupiter, and Jupiter is Sagittarian, Piscean energy, and it's about expansion. So by the 22nd, I would anticipate that this would be happening, especially if this is in regards to love. And again, I would not put away or throw off the idea that some of you absolutely have someone coming your way. And I think that communication could absolutely happen this week. It could also wake. See, I want to say wake, guys. It could also awaken something in you, right? There could be some communication that comes through in regards to a connection, a commitment, a relationship, and it could be expansive, because that's that Eight of Wands energy. That is actually Sagittarian Jupiter energy. So you could have something expansive coming into your life this week that will be very harmonious and supportive, protective, and aligned to your destiny. Because I believe I saw an astrologer, and I don't know who, guys, but I believe I saw an astrologer mention something about basically harmony and union taking place, like moving forward. I don't know if it was this week or this month. I don't know. I thought I saw something like that. Anyways, let me just get into the reading, guys. I'm just chit-chatting at this point. So let's see. Ancestors, please show up in the way that you feel led to. Okay, guys. Yeah, absolutely. Look at this. High heart chakra, ecstatic bliss. Oh my gosh. This is an extra heart chakra that is in this book, guys. And that's amazing. High heart chakra, ecstatic bliss. So this week there is some type of loving, compassionate energy that's coming towards you. This is my Lumeria deck. Maybe one day I'll share with you guys the story of Lumeria and how this came into being for me. But this loving, compassion energy is showing up as like awakening you. This week there's going to be something transformative in regards to the way that compassion shows up in your life. This could be compassion that you show towards yourself, towards another, but it's going from being very minimal to expansion. Do you see the shift here? It's almost like this is literally like the Venus and Jupiter energy of expansion. It's going from something very small and expounding and building and just stretching and opening up in order to assist and support you with your pathway forward. It's interesting too. It's almost like it's a realignment with the divine for some of you. So some of you could feel highly connected to spirit this week. You may also be realigning to spirit by allowing yourself to be open to receive, because this has a lot to do with receptivity. In order to operate in this loving, compassionate energy, you have to be receptive and allow yourself to be open to receive. So for some of you, you are absolutely tapping into your divine feminine energy, which is allowing you to shift into the energy of receptivity. I want to make sure you guys can see that. Guys, I've been having like some camera issues. Clearly, I need to just take a second and like fix it. Okay. Yeah, this energy feels very peaceful. I don't know what the guidebook says, but I'll look at it at the end of the reading. I'm just obviously intuitively giving you what I'm picking up on, but there is something that's aligning to, you know, your highest self, and it's in alignment with the fact that you are now allowing yourself to be open. For some of you, you were closed off with this frustration energy, or you have been closed off. You could have felt like you were kind of stuck in this cycle of things not necessarily shifting. This frustration is ending this week, guys. So this week there's something that's going to come in. I'm almost seeing this as like a cell. So there's something that's going to come in into your body. It's going to affect your physical body, and it's going to shift you. For some of for some of you, this is happening while you're sleeping. They're like talking to me fast, so I'm trying to like keep up. But there's a shift that's occurring when you are sleeping at night, or the shifts have been occurring while you're sleeping. And it's almost like these shifts have now like transferred. They're showing this as like a reversal energy. You see this, imagine it's like a road. You're like moving through it and you've been in this cycle. Now it's time for you to shift out of the energy of frustration. For a lot of you, this frustration has come by way of not knowing exactly where you're going, feeling lost, feeling disconnected, feeling discontent with, like the Four of Cups energy is how this feels, but is discontent with life in general. For some of you, you've been seeking something bigger than yourself, seeking opportunities, experiences, wanting to experience more joy in your life and less of this frustration. I think a lot of you too have been frustrated by the frustration that you've been feeling, because I'm picking up on that. Like, gosh, just being frustrated is annoying in itself. But you're seeing something different. You're seeing something different. I'm also seeing this, like they're showing me this deception card. A lot of you have been deceiving yourselves by maybe refusing previously to see things clearly. And maybe you've discovered the root of this. It's like you've discovered the root of the frustration, realizing that maybe it was some self-sabotage involved here. Maybe you were holding on to things that you needed to release. Maybe you were keeping yourself in the dark in regards to things that you deserve or that are really yours to hold and to contain and to receive. And that's shifting for you this week. That's shifting for you. There's something to do with recognizing how truly protected you've been. You'll notice that even in this frustration card, the cell in the middle here, the nucleus, is protected. So although there's all this shift and transitions around you on the exterior, you may feel like there's a lot that's been shifting in you overall. You've been protected the whole time. This is the protection energy is about armament, strengthen, boundaries, and aura. This is a shift in your aura for sure. And this shift is protected, is what I'm hearing. This shift is protected, but also they're showing me this cat, like something about loyalty. There's a pureness to you, like your truest like self, your highest self, your inner child has such a loving compassion that is meant to be, why am I hearing enumerated? Let me look that up. Guys. Enumerated. They like to tell me big words. And I'm a Pisces and I don't want to know unless it's spiritual. Okay. Enumerated is to mention separately as if in counting. Name one by one. Okay. So that has to do with calculating, itemizing, reciting, specify, identify, mention, reckon, recount. That's what it is. It's the recount, guys. It's 11:11 too when I'm saying this. Guys, there's something within you. There's a loving compassion within you, which is in your aura. That's why they were calling out the aura too. It's within your aura, and it needs to be able to expound. It needs to be able to stretch, okay? It needs to be able to move beyond the limitations. And this week, that's what's shifting. So this is where this Jupiter expansion energy comes from, is because you're opening yourself up to your truest self, and you're aligning to that this week. The shift is aligning you to your highest self, and confidence is at the bottom of the deck. This is assured. Now it's 11:11 on that clock. My phone has a different time on it because that clock is slow and I can't figure out how to change it. Anyways, so confidence here, assured, motivation, oneness, and positivity. See, this shift is bringing you I'm telling you guys, there's something that's happening this week that's going to be big, that's going to shift the way that you are seeing things. This, again, that frustration energy is leaving. You've been sitting in the energy of this Isa rune with ice, delay, suspension. This is like harden, it's frustration. It's basically like a stillness that there's no movement, okay? So there hasn't been any movement for you in particular areas of your life, like the areas that you've really been hoping for things to shift in, that they haven't necessarily shifted. For some of you, I think you've been receiving some, you're not going to really believe this, guys. Look at what's underneath the Iwa's rune. This is the horse, the fire horse. Exchange, duality. Wow, this is underneath this delay. Underneath the delay is the reciprocity is what I'm hearing. So for a lot of you, you've been feeling like things have been delayed for you, maybe waiting for something to shift and it just hasn't happened. And this week, this is what's shifting. Thurisaz, this is the action, will, protection. I always feel like I mispronounce this. It's almost like they're showing this as a gavel that the judge hits. Boom. So this week there's going to be action, and you notice that you have the protection here again as well. So this is saying that moving forward, the things that you go towards, as long as you are able to keep yourself in balance, you're going to notice that things are shifting. So there's something in regards to that, because typically there are no rules and regulations to the way that spirit does stuff. But there's something about keeping yourself in balance to support this energy. Because it's not, I don't ever pick up from spirit like, you must do this in order to get that. That's not how spirit works. It's not how our ancestors work. They work together, by the way, but that's not how they work. But they're saying that there's a balance that needs to be. They're saying you need to align with what you desire. Meaning, the balance is to not overtip like the scale. So don't shift yourself too far to the right when you know that you want to stay grounded in the middle. So there's something this week in regards to staying grounded as these things shift. They're also showing me like someone standing on You know, those exercise things that shake like this, they're showing me someone standing on one of those and it's shaking so hard and so fast and you feel like you're going to fall over. And what they're saying with that is that there's going to be so much movement, and I'm feeling like a heightened energy right now. They're saying there's so much movement that's about to take place that you are going to feel misaligned, but just know that it is aligning you. It's just shifting so quickly that it's overwhelming. Wow, 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 wow. All right. All right. Let's just get all these out, guys, since clearly, yeah, there's a shift for some of you. Wow, guys, look at this. For some of you, you have been, especially in regards to your heart space, you have been in a period of a pause. I'm leaving that there. One more for the star, please. Wow. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this. This is transformation. This is a rebirth, okay? This is a rebirth. This is allowing you to open your heart in a way that you never knew existed. This absolutely could be connected to love for some of you, and for others of you, it's directly connected to the way that you show up for yourself. There's a rebirth that's occurring. It is occurring rapidly. It feels like a huge shift. It is protected. Just know that it is divinely protected. You don't have to worry about this being stolen from you. You don't have to worry about someone coming in and mistreating you. You are protected. Whatever work you've been doing behind the scenes, I'm seeing the moon and I don't think it's out here. Whatever work you've been doing behind the scenes, it's been working. Your diligence, your ability to relinquish control and allow yourself to open up, your confidence in your ability to open up based on the way that you show up for yourself. It's like you've been showing yourself, mirroring to your self-love, and now that is being returned back to you. This week is powerful. This energy is insane. So the death card, I'm going to show this again, talk about this, and then I'll move on to the cards here, guys. So this death card is literally, like I said, it's a rebirth. It's a time of like desolate, like they're showing me like a desolate land, a desert, a dry land is now being revived. It's almost like someone is coming in and just dousing rain on this desolate land in order for you to be able to flower and to bloom. And this is directly connected to your heart, guys. It's directly connected to your heart. It's connected to your heart. Your ancestors are saying very loud and clear, your heart is protected. With the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Wands, this is showing that you have, again, released the need to combat and war. It's showing up with the Page of Cups. So this is almost like a truce. Is that what it's called? Where you're like in agreement, right? Like, let's just come to an agreement. There's a truce here that's being made between you and your team. It's like you were in this state of frustration, this period of frustration. Wow, and it even landed in that area too. That's crazy. But you were in a space of frustration, feeling like you had to war and constantly fight to defend, protect, prove, show up for yourself, right? It was like a war going on within you that wouldn't allow you to actually rest. There hasn't been rest for a lot of you because you've been in this state. There was a recognition that, oh, I don't have to try to figure this out, because the Four of Pentacles wants to hold on to things because they don't believe that there's enough. And that's how you get to the Five of Pentacles, where you actually fall into that mindset. So the Four of Pentacles is showing up to say that you may have been in a state of feeling like there wasn't enough, feeling imbalanced, and feeling like you needed to keep everything that you had for fear that someone else was going to take, or that something would happen that would cause you to not keep what you have worked so hard for. But you chose a different option, and this week, this is showing up to offer you rewards. You chose to dream again. For a lot of you, you're choosing to accept someone else's romantic offers. You're choosing to show up for yourself in the ways that you desire other people to. You're choosing to put yourself first this week rather than choosing everyone else over you. There's a recognition that, hey, I am deserving. Hey, like you're giving yourself this love and compassion. And the reality of it is that everything starts with us. It starts and it ends with us. There's no one in this world that can come through and show up for us in the way that we show up for ourselves. And that's exactly what you're recognizing this week. Or you have recognized that maybe just happened last week, guys. But that recognition is offering you new opportunities. The Ace of Cups here with the Ten of Swords is literally what we were just talking about, putting down the swords. You're no longer resisting opening up to your happiness. The Ten of Swords is over. You're like, there's no reason for me to stay stuck in the past. There's no reason for me to not be open to new opportunities. There's no reason for me to swim upstream. Instead, I can just flow downstream and allow things to unravel in my life the way that Spirit has planned. And it's because there's an acceptance of the fact that you recognize that you are compassion and so forth. You will just bring compassion to you. You naturally will attract the same thing that you are. This is literally like the definition of alignment, guys. You're aligning to your truest self, your highest self, aligning to the best version of you, the version of you that's not bound by restrictive energy that says that there's not enough, I'm not enough, and I don't deserve enough. You're not allowing yourself to sit in that energy. You had a perspective shift. For some of you, you were frustrated because you were sitting in this position that was uncomfortable. Like you didn't want to be in control. You didn't want to try to dictate what Spirit did for you. You didn't want to block your ancestors from coming through and shifting your life. You just didn't know how. But see, this week is movement forward. Remember, the Eight of Wands is the overarching energy. Like this is what the reading is about. There's no more resistance. Because the Seven of Wands can sometimes show up as resistance for me. Because I'm standing up here and I feel like everyone down there is against me. So it kind of creates a hierarchy in our minds. And all of us have succumbed to that at some point in time in our lives. I truly believe that. But we create this hierarchy of I need to protect myself against everything else. And it's only when you release control, which is exactly what you've done. Release control, gain a different perspective with the Hangman, and open yourself up to the love and the natural, compassionate being that you are. It's literally opening up your heart to receive. Wow. You're choosing to heal and to resolve the things of the past. But also what I'm seeing with the Star and the Six of Cups is the fact that you're opening yourself up to the things that you dreamt about as a child. I'm seeing a lot of dreamy energy here. For some of you, you may be tapping into your creative endeavors that you maybe were, very into as a child, like drawing, painting, coloring. I don't know why streaming is coming through, but that could be for some of you. It's almost like you've allowed yourself to rest in accepting whatever is coming your way. And there's an acceptance of the fact that this is for me, not because of anything that I've done. Because we can fall into that, especially in the spiritual community. We can fall into, oh, I did the work, so now I'm going to get this. That's not really the way that Spirit works in my mind. I don't think that there's a reward system in a sense that we have to do so much, because then we fall into the state, and I've done this, fall into the state of feeling like there's constantly something to do. This reading is about you've already done it. Now is the time to receive. You've already done the work. You've been doing the work. And guess what? For the rest of your life, you'll find something that you can work on. You'll find something that you want to correct. The work is done. The work is done. Now it's time to receive. Okay, I'm going to read the book for the Love and Compassion and then we will finish the reading. Okay, guys? This is amazing, 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 amazing. I mean, round of applause for you. Because godly. Like, this is not easy energy. This Five of Wands and the Four of Pentacles with that frustration card, the Ten of Swords. This means you have been depleted at times in your life, feeling helpless, hopeless, down and out, depressed, full of anxiety, feeling like you don't know what to do, don't know how to move forward, and don't even care at some points in times. But the Judge, Spirit, has hit the gavel, and this week Spirit and your ancestors are saying you are protected to move forward. You're free to move forward. I don't know why I was going to say pile number 2. You are protected, okay? So I'm not going to read the whole card here, or the whole book here. It's long, but I'm just going to read the top portion, the main points. Unconditional love, empathy, compassion, care, friendliness, goodwill, benevolence, beyond duality. Wow. Safe space. Oh my God. Forgiveness through expanded perspectives. That's that hangman energy with the Queen of Cups. And open-hearted joy. Oh my gosh, guys, this is amazing. Let me just show you this one more time. The high heart chakra. This is the message for the week. Ecstatic bliss is heading your way. For some of you, this is a relationship, a romantic relationship. And for others of you, you are going to expand into more loving kindness and compassion for yourself. Mercury trining Jupiter. That's why I can't get my words out. I was like, there's something going on with Mercury and I can't get my words out. You see, I read it a minute ago and I forgot. Guys, this is a fantastic week. Thank you so much for being present. Oh, I wanted to do something different. I've been called to use my pendulum more. I've been nudged. They've been like, use your pendulum, use your pendulum. So I want to do a pendulum. So if you have a question, think of a question, and I'm just going to ask them to answer your question. Yes is, can you show them a yes, please? Hopefully you guys can see this. Let me see how to move my hand out the way. Okay, there we go. So can you show them a yes, please? I'm doing this while you're thinking of your question. So this is a yes. Thank you, Spirit. Please still. Can you show them a no, please? So a no is side to side. Thank you so much. Still, please. Can you show them a maybe? And a maybe, it goes in a circle. Okay, I hope you guys can see that. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you, team. So think about your question. You may have a question about this week, and you can say it out loud or you can just say it in your head. Don't worry, you're connected, so the answer is going to come out as it should for you. Alrighty. So the question that they ask, Spirit, please give them an answer. So the answer is yes, guys. Whatever your question was for this week, the answer is yes. You can also see how hard the pendulum is going. That's a definitive yes. And I always ask Spirit to speak very clearly, so you'll notice how, like, I'm not doing anything, my hand is being held still. This is an absolute yes. Sometimes it's like a yes, and then other times I take it as like yes, and then this is a yes. So whatever you're asking for, it's a heck to the yes, guys. Have a fantastic week. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Thank you for your presence. Have a fantastic week, guys. I absolutely adore you. I hope that you have the most amazing week. This feels phenomenal. This feels phenomenal. The energy feels spectacular. Fantastic, guys. Have a great week. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. I'm looking forward to hearing your messages. Feel free to drop a comment, please. I'd love to hear from you guys. And tell me what you got going on if you feel like sharing. Okay, have a great week. Bye. Thank you.